What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dreads. Today we're going to be talking about the Captain America Civil War movie. Now, we've been waiting for this movie for about 2 years now, and I was excited to go see it, and I couldn't wait to sit here and drop a review and talk to you face to face and let you know how much I like this movie. Now, there are going to be spoilers in this review, so I'm sorry if you don't want to hear spoilers, then you might not want to, check this one out. All right, so we're going to get right into it right now. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, peace out. Okay, so the Russo brothers directed this movie, and if you like The Winter Soldier, you're going to like this one. They did a great job. The action was good. The pacing was good, but it kind of felt like Age of Ultron in a sense. It kind of felt like we were just, going. It wasn't too much stop to pause. Even when there was dialogue, it was dialogue feeling like it was building up to more action, which is a good thing. I mean, we go to the movies to see action and crazy stuff, so I'm not going to dog on that. I think the pacing was fine. Far as the characters, they're everybody. You're not going to get any surprises far as like cameos. There was no Thor, there was no Hulk, there was nothing far as like anybody making a special guest appearance, except for, I guess you can count, Spider-Man. So if you're looking forward to seeing somebody new, you're really not, except what you've seen in the trailers already. First, let's talk about the fighting scenes a little bit. Bucky Barnes fights everybody. He fights everybody on his team pretty much, almost, and then he fights everybody on Iron Man's team. Him, Black Panther, even Hawkeye, they're trying to think, Spider-Man, Iron Man, everybody pretty much had a lot of good fighting scenes with random characters. My personal favorite was Iron Man and Falcon. Falcon was pretty much hitting and running, trying to get away from that aspect of it. And when you had Scarlet Witch and War Machine going at it a little bit, it's like, where do you get these combinations? You never would think that. And spoiler alert, we do get giant Ant-Man in this movie. Ant-Man does go giant and sort of wreaks havoc a little bit. And, Iron Man and War Machine take care of him along with the help of Spider-Man. Now, let's talk about Spider-Man. This Spider-Man reincarnation by Mr. Holland was probably the best I've seen. I'm not a big Tobey Maguire fan. I think Andrew Garfield was better. But this Mr. Holland young man has really he is what Spider-Man's supposed to be in the movie. He was funny. He wasn't like overpowering. He showed you some power. He has superhuman strength, but he showed you that he was powerful yet vulnerable and really didn't know too much how to use his abilities, and I think the way he was written, the lines that he had, the jokes, the punchlines, all were on point with what a 16, 17-year-old kid would say in these situations, and there are some straight up laugh out loud moments with him. I think the scene he had with Bucky Barnes and Falcon was great. He left them both on the ground laying there, and there was a couple, funny lines right there. I think the back and forth with Spider-Man and Iron Man was great when he first get introduced, and even when he takes Cap's shield, after that part that you've seen in the trailer, there are a few lines right there that he says, back and forth to Captain America and Iron Man. They're just spot on. So Kevin Feige, Marvel, Spider-Man Homecoming, can't wait. You got to see it, especially with Iron Man's confirmed to be in there now. You just can't miss that movie. All right, moving on to more characters that were, pretty impactful or that you should look out for. Scarlet Witch, she did a great job in this movie. They really showed her abilities, like even more so than any other incarnation that we've seen of her in, I guess, Age of Ultron. But yes, she stands out. Black Panther, oh wow. Even though they couldn't really get into much of his origin, the few scenes that they gave you where they showed you where he's coming from, you felt him, you understood him, and you really was rooting for him. You wanted him to have vengeance for his father. Again, spoiler, his father dies in this movie, and he's trying to catch Bucky because he thinks Bucky did it. So you really end up cheering for him, and he's a badass fighter. So when he goes at it with Bucky, takes it to him. He goes at it with Cap, and he goes at it with Hawkeye even. So you're going to get a lot of Black Panther in this movie. You're going to get a lot of Falcon. I liked Falcon in this movie. He seemed like just a complete different character than Winter Soldier. He wasn't a sidekick in this movie. He was a member of the Avengers. He was kicking butt. He was trying to take it to Iron Man. He was trying to, take it to War Machine. And then there were certain points in the movie where he was actually giving instructions to the team. He was actually telling, Captain America and Bucky Barnes and that team what to do. He was, so that just shows you the level that he has risen far as a character and how much they actually respect him. And he actually was the only one, besides Captain, of course, to get a few hits on Spider-Man. Spider-Man couldn't be caught by nobody, but Falcon, got a couple hits on him. And another character that you probably gonna be want to watch out for in this one, I would say, is Iron Man. Iron Man and Cap. Well, let's just get right into it then. Iron Man and Cap, they did in this movie what Batman and Superman didn't do. Batman and Superman. I'm not gonna rag on that movie, but you can't help but compare the two because they're out right now at the same time. So, but Batman and Superman didn't give us the emotional or believable meaning behind why they are fighting. In this movie, with Captain America and Iron Man, even with the other characters that were on their teams, you understood why everybody felt the way they were feeling, and why they chose the side that they chose. And it was just a clear meaning of why Captain America and Iron Man, were at odds. And it's not even a civil war. I think that was kind of a misleading in a trailer, Team Cap, Team Iron Man. It's kind of a deal where Captain America is running from the law, but he's trying to protect Bucky and capture him. And Iron Man is trying to convince Cap not to do that, just to come in. So it's almost a chase story of Captain America and Bucky Barnes running away from the government, and Iron Man's trying to bring them in, and he's trying to bring them in a way that he's saying, let's not have government agents and all this SWAT team come kick down the door and just shoot you guys, because they got a shoot to kill order on you. Let's come in with friends so we can guarantee your safety, and we don't have to have a big all out civil war. And so that's pretty much what the movie is about. Now, the way Captain America and Iron Man, their fighting scenes, it got uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie to you. The last fighting scene in the movie, or what you seen in the trailer, where it looks like they're in the snow and you got Bucky and Cap against Iron Man, I personally was uncomfortable watching that because it's real brutal. They go dark. I mean, you can't see that from the trailer, and even in the movie, it's a lot of joking. At the airport fighting scene, they were joking around and fighting. But that last scene with Captain America and Bucky against Iron Man, it was personal. It had, the reason that they were fighting was nothing to do with anything that you seen in the trailer, with nothing to do with no registration act. It had nothing to do with anything that we ever seen until that moment. And again, spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you why they're fighting right now, but you really don't want to hear this if you haven't seen the movie. So in the movie, Zemo, that guy, he shows Captain America, he shows Iron Man some footage of Bucky Barnes murdering Howard Stark and Tony Stark's mom, his parents. So Bucky Barnes murders Tony Stark's parents, and they have footage of that. And Baron Zemo shows that to Iron Man. And then that's when that end scene happens. That's when you get, Bucky Barnes and Captain America against Iron Man. And it's really not even a 2-on-1 in the sense that Bucky is trying to run from Iron Man because Iron Man's trying to kill him. He tried to shoot him in the face with a missile and a repulsor blast twice. So he wasn't trying to hurt that man. He was trying to kill him. And Bucky wasn't trying to fight. He was trying to run. He was, I don't say he was scared of Cap or Iron Man, but he was trying to run. He wasn't trying to fight. And so he's running, trying to get away. And Captain America was end up trying to, slow Iron Man down and keep him from killing his friend. Now, later on, it turns out that Iron Man shuts the door and they have to fight now. And then it was pretty much on. And spoiler alert, Iron Man blasts off that metal arm of Bucky Barnes. That's not here anymore. So that's gone. And then, you have a nice fight scene with Iron Man and Cap, with neither one of them really coming out on top. It's kind of like the thing where Iron Man had Cap down and he could have killed him if he wanted. And Cap had Iron Man down, and I don't know if he could have killed him, but he probably could have hurt him pretty bad. I don't know. Because he, was on top of him and came down with a shield, and Iron Man's helmet wasn't on, but he had his hands up in front of his face. So I don't know, but Cap's real strong, so he could just, So I don't know if that would have killed Iron Man, but it probably would have hurt him. But I know for a fact Iron Man could have killed Cap if he wanted to. But all in all, is this the best comic book movie I ever seen? I don't think so. I think The Dark Knight probably still is my favorite. Even Winter Soldier gave me more of a different feeling than this one did. This is probably the most entertaining comic book movie I ever seen. I think this is the most entertaining comic book movie ever. The fighting scenes, the action, the combinations of characters fighting each other that you would never even imagine. Freaking Black Panther is just so, oh my gosh. Just seeing him on the screen in that costume, even at the end where he was capturing Zemo, he took his helmet off and kind of set it in the snow and just walked over there helmetless. And just that shot of the Black Panther helmet in the snow like that, that was almost Star Wars Force Awakens esque, where you got Kylo Ren putting his helmet right there, you know, in the ash. That was just crazy. Another thing, Hawkeye. I thought they made good use of him. You know, he came and fought. He tried to fight Vision, of course, and Vision. He was the only one I thought was missing in the movie. He had some cool parts where he was like talking or saving somebody, but he really didn't try to like hurt nobody. He didn't try to like he didn't do really too much but save people, which is I guess what you can expect for him. He's the cause of War Machine falling out the sky. If you haven't heard that already, it was an accident. He was trying to shoot someone else and accidentally hit War Machine. So that kind of stayed with him, and he was just pretty much sad. War Machine didn't die. I know a lot of people are gonna think that from the trailer, but no, he's just hurt. And at the end, it was pretty cool because Tony Stark gave him some like things for his legs, almost those Batman deals that you put on your leg and let you walk again. And so he got some of those, and it just showed him and Tony like learning to walk again. So he'll be fine. He's going to be in the next movies. But all in all, I give Captain America: Civil War a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 because you can watch it and you can watch it again and watch it again, and it's still going to be entertaining. You're not going to get tired of the fight and the chase scenes. This is not like Age of Ultron where it's just all over the place. This is a great comic book movie, and it's worth your money and worth your time to go check it out. That's just what I'm here to do. Make comic book movies easy for everybody. So if you want to spend your time, your hard-earned money to go check this stuff out, you know what's worth it and what's not. Now, I do got a little bit of breaking news from Marvel. They said that Avengers Infinity Wars will be given a new title. So it's not going to be called Avengers Infinity Wars 1 and 2 anymore. So I'll let you know later on this week what the new titles are or whenever they release them. Alright, so that's going to do it for my Captain America Civil War movie review. I hope you guys go check it out. It comes out this weekend all over the U.S. I've already seen it 4 or 5 times, and I plan on going to see it again this weekend. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Once again, I'm your boy Dreads, and I will catch you out there in the universe. Peace.